It is Saturday, 11:21 p.m. And by the time I get to turn on the camera, the whole day is always full of thought, but usually the day is full of work thoughts and my companion and what she's up to. Sometimes they create drama just for the fun of it. Yep. A lot of stuff passes through. I think, although it could definitely be used to put me down, whatever they want to do. I mean, there's very few who actually watch this stuff. It's just something that I have to do. Only I can be me, so, being me is important, and that goes for everybody. Yeah, we'll start with that one. That works. Clover uncommon. It just showed up on my wall after I did what I had to do. And she shared a live concert, I believe. I didn't know mine were until they showed up, but I was looking for certain things, and you put the text together, whatever the text is. Every language has its own text. So you put the text together, this is what I'd like to see, and see if you get it. Yeah, I got mine. And hers was the eye in the sky. Big spirit in the sky, something like that. 1970 as well. And they were just talking about Sixth Sense. I think I call that Sixth Sense. Feeling things that make sense, but don't make sense, but do make sense. Depends on who you are. I did Black Sabbath, War Pigs, 1970. I was 4 years old, and they were all a lot younger. Then I did Phil Collins' I Don't Care Anymore. And I noticed in both of them, in the groups, the drummer is really the one that's pounding the drums. Duh! Yeah, the drummer pounds the drums. Everybody's feeling it, but dude that's putting out the most energy is the guy that's pounding on the drums. But if you didn't have it all, it would not be one. That is the way it is. Yeah, I'm still sitting in the car. It's still cold outside. I was looking at our maple tree. Basically the skeletal structure, veins and arteries and bones for a tree. You don't see that any other time except for 3 months of winter. Otherwise, it's got lots of skin on it. Not lots, but enough. It just looks like a big green blob. Roots saying, I love the ground and the water. And that's Earth with the sun. it's not a good thing to feel, and I doubt it would happen, but it could. She knows I have to get up in the morning, and I'm doing what I always do. I have a pattern that I follow every day. Obviously, get up, eat, do whatever. We all do different things after that. Probably before that, we all go to the bathroom. You gotta do that. You ate last night, so the morning time you gotta do that. We know our dogs do, so we must have to too. It's part of being alive. And then it's play before work, or work and then play. And some of us don't get to play. Some of the things that spirits, currently I'm in a human form, but spirits have different ways of playing, and some of it ain't cool. And animation, Daddy's Infinity, so like I said, right now it's human world. I know they're awful for you. But in a journey, in a story, as bad as it is, it is part of the story. Just following the storyline. I quit twice. I met Diane. She was a smoker, and I quit twice. I quit the third time. I haven't done it yet. Yeah, I know I can. I did it twice. Currently, it's fitting the situation I'm dealing with. I could say I did it too, and I did quit before. It isn't happening right now. I really do need to quit again. I could say we, couldn't I? I mean, I personally use them to burn time. Have used them to get a break. I use them to count time. How long does it take to smoke that? That's how long I got to do whatever it is I'm thinking about. And I know I'm going to get lost. But when the thing's down to the bottom, yeah, that's right, that's the timer. They used to carry them on their heads. Like folks used to shoot a gun, Minutemen. But carrying a lit cigar always meant you had fire too, We need to have that in the old days, We have all these gifts, but depending on how they're utilized, they can disappear. To make them totally disappear would be cataclysmic currently. But for an individual, it doesn't take that much. Leave the human playing board, and you can be without a lot real quick. That's why cities roasting the cities. Help is close by. You go out on a mountain by yourself, then it's not. I certainly have nothing against cities, to tell you the truth. I'm just not a city dweller. I did live in the middle of one for 10 years. I expected I was going to be there forever. This is really a miracle to me, but nonetheless, I didn't have a problem living there. Well, you don't want to get mugged. You don't want your shit taken or busted or stolen. And that happens a lot in the city. Doesn't happen so much. It does happen in the suburbs. But if you can somehow figure out how to make a living as a farmer or somebody lives in the country, happens a lot less. And the rich didn't not get that. They have their own communities, but they don't usually do well by themselves. They're really like lands. I mean, lands or organs. They just get lost when parasites get in their heads. Basically, how it happens. I was also posting about Revelations. It's all just what it is, based on what other interpretations are. But the day that was what I felt I needed to be publishing. What time is it? Almost at least. No problem with that. I gotta pee. You drink, you pee. In one and out the other. Everything changes while that happens. It's very slow, but it does happen. And eternity is quite quick, but eternity never ends, does it? I'm cold. It really does depend on the social network that you grew up in. They didn't call it that back then, but it's still the same. You're gonna have certain free tendencies. And when you're growing up, you have a tendency to find things that seem to act and think and talk like you do. So I guess that's how the body found itself alive. Oh. I mean, it's been a lot colder. I mean, it's cold. Midsummer can be brutal, but my current territory is much better than winter. I hate winter. Sometimes I don't like summer, but I would never say I hate summer. Only a few days summer I don't like. I was checking out Sharon Wall again. Although she's not being paid to be a model, could have been. So it's not abnormal for a male to find a female attractive. So yeah, I really enjoy looking at her. You know, one of those things. I'm so amazed. She looks like an older version of the 16-year-old. But I mean, she has not changed. It's just, you can tell she's older. Clearly. Personally, I'm glad. I'm sure she is too. I don't look nothing like I used to, but I'm happy with the way I look. I expected to get old, an old wizard if I live that long. We'll see. I'm here till I'm not. Like they're 18 and they're 45. A few females been able to do it. I'm not going to list names because, you know, to me Sharon's number one, but most of you can pick your own images and see that there's very few that made the 45 and still incredible. One of the few things she did say in our brief interactions, always brief, I never let myself go. I work at it every day. Yeah, I believe her.